And away they go. Biofarmer got out well. Jordan's at the back of the field in the early stages, about 7-8 off the leader. It's House of Romanov who now wants to go and lead the way. House of Romanov in front from Biofarmer in second. Eiffel Towers racing away in third. Then Palace Revolt outside of them. Fashimi Inari 5 lengths off the leader. 3 lengths away to Halbadir further back in the field, and Kudzu. And Jordan's the trailer, 8 or 9 off the leader as they make their way to the turn with 1,000 metres left to go. House of Romanov going to turn for home in front and leads it by 2 or 3 lengths from Biofarmer back in the second spot. Palace Revolt's outside of them, and Eiffel Towers back along there inside. Then there's a length away to Fashimi Inari, who's further back in the field. Halbadir about 7-8 lengths off that leader. Followed a length out there by Kudzu, and at the back of the field is Jordan, still about 7-8 off the leader. 600 metres left to go, and it's House of Romanov in front, and the one to catch leads the way by 3 lengths. Biofarmer's in the second spot. Eiffel Towers racing behind that. Palace Revolt is further back. Fashimi Inari is racing in behind that lot. As they race down into the final 200, it's still House of Romanov the leader from Biofarmer. After that, Eiffel Towers back on the inside. Fashimi Inari's trying to get going. Now it's open. Eiffel Tower and Biofarmer come together. Biofarmer's got its head in front in the closing stages. It's Biofarmer is just in front from Eiffel Tower. Biofarmer as they go to the wire, and Striker Stratum have won it. Eiffel Tower second. Fashimi Inari behind that in third, and Kudzu further back. Biofarmer, as you'll see, comes through just behind the leader, House of Romanov, trying to go start to finish, but no more left with a furlong to go, and Biofarmer produced now to go through and pick it up. Danger was naturally Eiffel Tower, who's tried to stay with it for quite a long time, but Biofarmer, the 3-year-old Pomodoro, stays on the best. Well done, Mrs. Smith and Prof. Sanna, who are the winning owners of this fella here. Race number 6.
Yeah, special moments in racing. This is one of them. To be chatting to these two as a duo, Piers Stratum and Heather Adamson. We'll talk to Heather more about that relationship down the line. But firstly, who got you the ride? How did this come about?
Well, I suppose Alton fan, but Heather has been supporting me for a long time. Even though people weren't giving me rides, Heather just kept on putting me on. So I must thank her a lot for this one. I think she's going to have a lot of fun with him. Even though it's very difficult, going to the start, he wants to whip around in the race. He settles, but if I go a bit too slow, then he wants to over-race. And when I try to gather him here in the finish, he runs a bit with his head up and sideways. So he just gives you a hard time. Even when you pull up, it's like, you don't know what's going to happen next.
But you've given her the relevant feedback, and she'll go back and do what she has to.
Yeah, I just think mentally and physically he'll get better, and obviously he'll win races. He's already amongst the top horses. He's been running the future, so I think he'll still be able to get there. It's just a horse you'd like to know better in the future, just so you're aware of what happened. But
it's a good win because it's top weight, gave weight to all the other 3-year-olds. And when you look at the run to Purple Pitcher at level weights, it's a good run.
Yeah, I thought he would definitely have a decent chance, but it was a competitive field, so you couldn't just say he's going to win. You know, there were some horses here that showed that they could have potential. I just would say well done to Marco van Rensburg. If he watches or he listens to this, he told me a couple of months ago, he said the day he sees me on his horse, he's going to fancy us strongly. So I hope he came right.
Yeah, he's in Dubai at the moment, riding over there. But this was, you know, I just saw, not the typical way that Pierre would ride a horse, but you are a bit out of breath. But you wanted to win this, and you sat behind that leader, and you knew that, you know, it's going to come back. It's just a case of when.
Yeah, he actually, I was happy where I was, and but then he picked it up very early, and he put us off the bit. So if he kept going, obviously he would have won. But we had 2 ceilings to make up, not on a bit, gradually. But as I said, this was just going to get better over time, and I think you want to use his action.
Congratulations with the weekend. I thought it was another superb win. And, you know, we've been speaking about it along the way with Michael Roberts getting that run in KwaZulu-Natal. He's handled this brilliantly as a trainer, and testimony to him because, as you know, he was UK champion jockey. Let me ask the question to you right now. I'm not going to talk about See It Again now because it's well publicised, but what does Piers Stradham do after retirement? Do you go the same route? I mean, you've ridden enough horses. Do you go the same route now to want to train?
No, definitely not.
Would that never feature in your thinking?
No, my dad was the trainer. My brother's the trainer. I can see how difficult it is.
Yeah, okay.
And us jockeys, you know, we struggle to get rides, but when you get rides, you can somehow get the rides all over. But as a trainer, if you don't have the owner buying horses for you and you're stuck with that small yard, and to grow it takes 2-3 years. And I'm not a morning person, so that's out of the question.
Out of the question, absolutely. You'd have to train under floodlights at night. Last question. Everything going swimmingly with See It Again. But as time goes on, retirement doesn't really, you know, we're talking now, middle of the season is January. Do you roll on at this stage? Are you planning on riding until the end of the season?
Well, it all depends on Mace and Mr. Nick Johnson and See It Again. I was going to retire, as you know, middle of this year. And then May said to me, no, I must keep going. And Rachel Vennicker encouraged me as well. So I thought, well, I better. Obviously, when you get good horses like this, how can you now all of a sudden throw in the towel?
Yeah.
You don't get these good ones every day. So still in form, still fit enough. And so the King's Plate is his mission. And then the Met. And must just say well to Mace, he's not very hard on him, but over time the horse just got better and better. After his Durban campaign, when he had his last run, he was like a different horse. He now jumps at the pens, he travels, he goes when you want him to go. Where in the past it was always you had to beg him a little bit to get going, and he wanted to lag in and sort of not go past him. Now he's just going past him.
Congratulations. South Africa and the racing industry are richer for you staying in the game. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, Heather Adamson, she's waited her time for the Maestro, but we'll wait longer for him. I mean, he's just a wonder to speak to, isn't he?
Yeah, no, if it wasn't for him, this horse doesn't win. I promise you, he tried his best to get out of it.
Yes, he does.
Ah, he's a naughty guy, this. But you know what? He's got ability, and I knew with Pierre on, he'd get the best out of him. We spoke to Pierre before Marco went to Dubai. I said, you better talk to Pierre and get him on this horse because I'm not going to put just anyone on him. They won't handle him. He's still a big baby, and he's going to mature, and he's going to be very decent. I promise you, I love this horse.
And you said that to me on debut. I remember interviewing you. You won it. Where's the owner with Mrs. Smith?
You know what? She was supposed to be here today. Her daughter rides. She was in Germany for a long time, but she broke her foot, and she had to go back into the hospital for a procedure today. So Diane WhatsApped me this morning. They were there the weekend, and they came and saw him, and she said to me, "I'll see you Thursday." And then she WhatsApped me this morning. They can't. What's her name, is to go back to the doctor today, yeah. So unfortunately she's not here and Ian's overseas, so I'm all alone today. But
well, it's wonderful because, you know, it makes no difference. This is what racing's about. And you and Pierre go back many, many years. You've always sworn by him.
Yeah, you know what? A long, long time ago, I trained a horse called Kruger Gold, and I couldn't get the horse to win. And I put Pierre on, and he won. And funny enough, I'd just come back into training, and Pierre came in the interview and he said, I hope I'm stable jockey now. Can you believe that? And that's how our relationship started, and we go all the way back to then. So, yeah, we've had our ups and downs, you know, but we always stick together, and when I've got a good one, I'll call on him. So I'm just very happy that this horse won today because, you saw him here in the box.
Absolutely.
He's a monster, but he's such a nice animal. He can really put it together. I think he's going to go far. We're going to have a lot of fun with him.
Well, congratulations to you. You've been a long time in the game, but that must have been one of these finer moments in your career when you have a good horse and you've got a great jockey ride in it.
Yeah, obviously, I'm very sorry that he's retiring, but you know what? We'll keep going until he does. Yeah. And we've got 2 or 3 nice horses. I don't have a lot of them, but we're boxing on, and I'm enjoying my training still. So the day that doesn't happen, then we'll call it a day.
Biofarmer's come along and given you another 3 lengths to go on with.
Exactly. He's given us another kick in life.
Congratulations, Heather.
Thanks to Hollywood for the sponsorship and to Ian and Diane for the support of this horse. They're really passionate about him, so it's great.
Thank you. Great stuff. Heather Adamson. We liked it. We thought it had a big chance. Obviously, House of Romanoff's effort petered out in the latter stages. But, yeah, it's just great to have Piers Stradham still riding winners all over the country and still very much at the top of his game.